Is life in United States really better than in India? 438,000. That's the number of active tech jobs that were posted in United States in March 2024. Now this is talking about tech jobs, right? So that tech sector growth reduced the unemployment from 3.5 in February to 3.0. On the other hand, India sees about 1 million new job seekers every single month in tech, leading to high unemployment rate of 7.33%. So you might think like, wouldn't life be just so easy if I just moved to United States? Wouldn't be better than India? So in this video, we will compare two different countries from the various aspects of life: job opportunities, career growth, education, healthcare, quality of life, and so on. If we have never met before, my name is Yuri. I was an international student and I've been working in United States for more than 8 years in the tech industry. So I have a pretty good understanding of what life will be, and in terms of career growth and personal growth as well. Also, this video is sponsored by Empower and I'll talk about them, how they help students if they decide to come to United States. Alright, I know a lot of you are gonna start commenting on this video before even watching the entire video. So please watch the entire video to understand my perspective. See, India is a powerhouse of tech innovation, but it also comes with its own sets of challenges. India produces over 1 million graduates every year, and in early 2024, the overall urban unemployment rate dropped a bit to 6.8%, which sounds promising, right? But for young folks aged 20 to 24, it's a whooping 44.49%. So you might be thinking that if I only get an opportunity to go to United States, I'll do amazing, I'll land a great job, I'll drive that fancy Tesla, and I'll live in a mansion. That's not the right way to compare when it comes to job and career growth opportunities. There's two things that you should talk about. One is salary, and then second is the career growth. Let's dive into them. So I'm gonna go back in my life, 2012, when I graduated from DJ Sangvi. I graduated from one of the top universities. I got the job as a software engineer in Capgemini, and I was very excited. But guess what my package was? 3 lakhs rupees. Amazing, right? But let's fast forward to 2024, 12 years later. I think the packages are still 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs. It's not grown for very much. Like, that is the amount of money that software engineers make in India. Now, I know there are a lot of videos where people have said that, oh, I make 4 crores sitting in India. I have a remote job in United States making 5 crores. Or some people are working for Google and Facebook and they're making crores and crores of rupees. My question to you is, how many out of that 1 million engineers that we are producing are making that 4 crores? And how many are making 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs? In fact, some of the people are actually making even 10,000, 15,000 and doing a job as a data entry because there's no jobs. Now, on the flip side, in United States, on an average, you will make $65,000 to maybe $150,000 depending on which area you live in. I've even interviewed a girl who got a job in Google, got paid $300,000 a year. That's crazy. Okay, let's talk about growth opportunity in India versus United States. How quickly can you move up the ladder? I'll give you my example. I started in United States. I did my computer science and then I got a job as a project management intern, and then got a full-time project coordinator, project manager, senior team lead, and then moved into engineering department, engineering manager, product manager, and so forth. In last 8 years, I've gotten 5 promotions and I've changed my entire field from computer science to product management. What do you think? How long will it take for you, if you were in India, to get the same type of growth? I think it's very rare, because in India, there's going to be a lot of corporate politics involved, a lot of convincing connections, and maybe, which is what I've heard, that you also need MBA degree to get to a manager position where you have to lead team and so on and so forth. I've actually personally experienced this when I was working for Capgemini. And trust me, changing the field in India, like if you are a software engineer and want to do product management, it's going to be completely nightmare. It's not going to be that easy, because fundamentally in United States, they judge you based on the skills. How much can you get the stuff done and how much revenue are you bringing to the company? And based on that, you get to promote because you performed. So that's very different thinking and a culture in United States. You don't need a degree to get promoted. Okay, the third thing that I want to talk about when we talk about like growth opportunity in career and job is work-life balance. In United States, at least this is what my experience is, and majority of the companies believe in work-life balance. 5 o'clock and you are done. In India, I've seen opposite because I have a counter team in India and they work like late hours, sometimes 10 p.m., 9 p.m., 11 p.m. And maybe I'm wrong, but that is the culture that I've seen, that in India, I think the boundaries are very blurred, versus in United States, they respect the personal boundary and they will not disturb you when you are on vacation, after work, and so on. Unless, of course, there's gonna be situations, especially Amazon, people who are working in different companies have different culture, but in general, that is what I've noticed. Now, I do want to talk about something which is very, very evident, the current job market. It is not great right now. In fact, Tesla just let go 10% of the global workforce, roughly 140,000 employees recently. So imagine this. These are the amazing engineers from Tesla competing with the people who are just graduating from their master's degree a week ago with the 2024 batch, right? And job market right now is not great. There's just not enough jobs available. And the problem is no one predicted this. So what does this mean? Well, I think the career growth opportunities is still amazing in United States. Just right now, the market condition is not that good. So I would highly recommend that if you are coming, come mentally prepared for this condition, especially for someone who's coming with no experience. And I've actually made the whole video about how to prepare for this. And especially if you have no work experience, you should also look at those videos where how people are getting jobs even though they don't have work experience, because there's a strategy that you want to apply. Of course, there's a luck that is going to play a part in this whole journey. All right, now let's talk about education system. Can we just agree that majority of Indian education system is theory based, but in United States, majority of education will be hands-on. You will actually even get to work with startups for some of your projects and so on. You know, what I truly love about the education system here in United States is that you can literally design your entire degree by selecting which courses you want in which semester. And not only just that, you can even pick which professors you want for that particular subject, which is mind blowing. Now that option does not exist in India. Here's another thing in India, that you really don't have a choice when you are choosing a stream, meaning you choose art, commerce, science. Once you are done, then you choose, let's say, engineering in this case, and you have to pick computer science, electronics, civil, mechanical, or whatsoever. But in United States, if you do bachelor's, you can say, I am undecided. I don't know right now. I don't want to pick a major right now. You can literally for a year take courses from every single major, and then whatever interests you, you can say, this is going to be my major. And then I can also choose a minor. I want to be product management and entrepreneurship and so on. So there's a lot more flexibility of how you want to decide your career, and you not choosing ahead of time, you are actually choosing after gain some experience, and you know, like, okay, this, I truly love this, and that's why I want to do that major. Now you might think that I want to go to study in United States, but then the first roadblock will hit in your face, that if you're like me, who's coming from middle class family or lower middle class family, and you don't have any money, you're gonna be like, how do I go? Because I'm not gonna get loan. But the good news is someone else is ready to finance your moving abroad dream without any huge down payment, collateral, or co-signer. I know it sounds like, you know, like really? That's where today's sponsor comes in, Empower. Yes, Empower gives you a loan up to $100,000 based on your future potential. And that's what I like, that they are judging based on your skills and your future potential versus do you have property, do you have a co-signer, and so on. And not just that, you also get the loan which is on fixed interest versus variable interest rate. Now there's a difference. I'll make a separate video on that. If finance is the only thing that is stopping you from moving abroad, please check out Empower. I truly love them. Link in the description. Now let's talk about education and ROI, because I think that is one issue that I need to address. I've seen many other YouTubers and media people criticizing that ROI of studying abroad is not that great, but the big piece in that calculation of the ROI is missed when it comes to life skills and personal growth. And unfortunately, there's no way to measure that, because you can only feel how you have personally grown in your life. What I mean by that, and by the way, if you're studying abroad, you should comment and also let me know if you agree with this. Most people look at it from the numbers perspective, that I spent 50 lakhs for my master's degree or bachelor's degree and got a job of 60 lakhs and I'll be able to pay off my loan in X amount of time, and here's my ROI. That is how most people look at it. Of course, there are naysayers who's gonna bring up like, oh, recession and visa issues and layoffs and so forth. Sure. Why is nobody talking about personal growth here? Imagine you left your country to be in the new country, managing your life, every aspects of your life, cooking, financing, budgeting, networking, social life, finding a job, and so on. You have actually gained a life skills and learned your self-worth, which you wouldn't have learned this if you were in India. Trust me on that. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot realize your self-worth if you are in India. Like, please don't start commenting on that. I'm just saying that you're gonna learn a lot about yourself and you're gonna grow personally a lot when you go through your master's journey. The entire experience, whether you do master's or bachelor's, is gonna help you grow a lot in life. And mark my words, if you have gone through this journey of studying in United States, you can pretty much do anything in life. And like I said, the unfortunate fact is that you can't calculate this ROI. So I just hope that when you are calculating ROI, also calculate the opportunity cost for your personal growth. Okay, let's move on to the other point. And now I want to turn tables a little bit here. In October 2023, 6 months ago, my stomach was hurting super bad and I felt like I was having a heart attack. Separate video on that later. So I rushed to ER, and as name suggests, it's emergency room. But even then, I had to wait for like hours before a doctor could actually see me, which is crazy because everyone thinks that healthcare in the United States is going to be amazing, modern tech, and so on. Now, let's compare that to when we were in Bangalore. Caitlin got really sick. She got food poisoning very, very bad. So we rushed to the hospital. There was a hospital 10 minutes in Kormangla. We got there. Within 5 minutes, there were 3 nurses already helping her, and which was pleasantly so good to see that. Now, let's also talk about the cost because I think that's important for you to understand. So as a working professional, I get health insurance from my work, but they are paying half and I'm paying half. So that half for me is roughly $400 or so, and then they are paying another $400 or so. My company is paying, right? So if you do the calculation, I'm paying $6,000 on health insurance, and you might think like, oh, $6,000 on health insurance, that means your health insurance must be good, and if you went to ER, like everything will be covered. No, I actually got $4,000 plus bill for that just one visit. And guess what? Caitlin obviously doesn't have Indian health insurance. Her US health insurance wouldn't work in India. We went to Bangalore. How much did it cost? Less than $50, which is mind-blowing to me. So what's good of having all this modern technology if it is out of your reach, if you can't afford it when you actually need it? You might think life in USA is fantastic, but it's not always as great as it seems. Let's talk about another thing that not a lot of people talk about, which is quality of life. Look, living in United States is going to be amazing. You're gonna have like, nice independence, but it's going to be very lonely. My best friend just moved back to India. Reason, he was just feeling lonely and he didn't feel like he belonged here even after 10 years being in United States. And trust me, you will feel that. This is how a lot of people feel, but they're just not talking about it. But if you are a family oriented and you grew up being in a big families, you will definitely feel very lonely over here. Here's a crazy fact that I read online. Most people come to United States when they are about 22, maybe 25 years, right in between that rate. Assuming their parents' age is about 50 years old and then average Indian lifespan is about 80 to 90 years. Let's take 90 years. So that means if you decide to settle in United States, you will go to India once a year if you're lucky, and if you get so much time off, that means you will get to see your parents for only 40 more times. Let that settle in. It's crazy. Even if you're making $200,000, you might wonder what point is to be in United States if you feel so isolated. As time passes, you'll start to miss the small things, the scent of monsoon rains and the Diwali and Navratri, and I mean, I'm Gujju, so I'm thinking about all the Gujju festival, right? And this is a part of the life which is, again, it's not measurable, right? People measure your life from materialistic things. Like, yes, you will have a car, you will have a home, and you might go into fancy destinations. Things is not measurable, but you can feel that. So deciding whether life is better in United States or India is subjective. Both have their merits depending on one's perspective. The USA offers high standard of living with opportunities for innovation and and entrepreneurship, while staying in India means you are close to your family. You can start your business without worrying about you have a visa or not. We haven't even touched about the immigration yet. Like travel whenever you want, not worrying about like what port of entry is going to be like, right? Ultimately, the choice is very subjective. No matter how many people make videos and what media says, I think coming to United States is going to be the best decision of your life. And if you truly give 100% to whatever you are doing and why you came to United States, my recommendation is that come with the clarity of how you want to lead your life in future. So I'm not here to tell you whether life is better in India or life is better in United States, because it truly depends on the perspective of your life, your choices, and what you like. If you enjoyed this video, I think you will also like this one. And by the way, if you are considering coming to United States, check out Empower, link in the description. I would see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling, keep hustling.